bit also about your studio in Atlanta? I know that there's new projects coming. Is there anything that you can tell us?
I think I'm going to flash back to the 70s with Medea and hire an actress to actually play her uh, and see what her life was like in the 70s. I think that would be fun.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I like.
All right, Tyler Perry and Madea fans. Well, the news is here. It came yesterday on April 7th, 2021. And like I posted on social media, the ironic thing was I was literally cutting my hair yesterday and my phone kept going off because people were DMing me, tweeting me, Jeremy, a Madea series, she's back. And I'm like, oh, the irony, I'm cutting my hair while the news is breaking that Tyler might put the wig back on. But yeah, guys, the clip I played at the beginning of this video was actually from an interview back in late 2019. This was during Tyler Perry's press tour for the Madea family funeral movie. And I actually did a video about this very subject way back in 2019 about Tyler, hinting at the possibility that Madea might be coming back, but not as you would expect, somewhat of just, hey, I'm going to hire an actress to portray Madea back in the 70s. So yeah, it looks like we're going to get a new series, and it's going to be called Mabel. But before we go more into the actual details of this series, make sure you do the following. I'm pretty sure you know the drill by now. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Follow me on social media. Links to everything are in the description box below. The Sisters Facebook group is now over 155,000 members. So I estimate by either the end of this week or around this time next week, that one Facebook group is going to have more members in that group than there are subscribers on the channel, which leads to the next thing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because, I'm trying to increase the percentage of subscriber watch time on the channel. We're at 32%, basically meaning that only about a third of the viewers on the channel are subscribed. So if you frequently watch my content, thank you. I really do appreciate it. But make sure you hit subscribe. And finally, hit that bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content to the channel. So, ironically enough, there are a couple big things. For one, this show is going to be on Showtime, not BET. Not BET Plus, not OWN. This is going to be on Showtime. It's created by Tyler Perry and Tim Palin. And I dare say the most shocking thing. I mean, trust and believe, I was just blown away when I heard the news. But this series, believe it or not, it is not written by Tyler Perry. That's not to say he wouldn't have, some sort of creative control, because he and Tim Palin are both going to be executive producers on the series, but it's written by, I'm assuming, a pair of sisters. They are sisters, but they're sisters. Janika and Jashika James. So I was shocked. I really was shocked. But here's the synopsis for the series Mabel. Long before she was the force of nature known as Madea, she was a smart, fierce, irresistible, dangerous, crazy 20-something black woman named Mabel Simmons. When she moved to Atlanta in 1972, she set the city and the world on fire. And it turns out that if you hear clicking, it's because I have 3 different articles pulled up about this. So, I got to flip through them because some have more information than others. This is called, Showtime is developing Mabel, a drama series created by Perry and Tim Palin. So basically, this high-profile project has received a multiple script order, tracks the origin story of the larger-than-life Madea character, which was created and performed by Tyler Perry. It says here in the synopsis that in the first play, I Can Do Bad All By Myself, Madea was 65 and she got older as the franchise progressed. And basically this series is going to her, young adult years, if you will. Basically the Madea who we've heard about in stories throughout the plays and the movies and the TV shows. We've heard lots of stories of the young Madea, but we never seen it on screen. Oh, here we go. Yeah, the twin sisters, the James sisters, rose up the ranks from staff writer to supervising producer on Empire. They also served as co-executive producers on True Story and Gossip Girl. So this actually has me pretty intrigued for what this series is going to have to offer. Remember, it is a drama series. Given that even though it's not Tyler Perry under the wig, so to speak, because that was one of my biggest questions. I was like, wait a minute. So is it going to be obviously not Tyler Perry playing a 20-something Madea, but will it be a male actor playing Madea just like Tyler plays Madea? Or will it be a female, or an actress playing Madea? But based on that clip from 2019, he said, young actress, but that was 2019. So who's to say that he didn't change his mind? But I would assume, it's probably, a female playing Madea. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't really care. It's just, I was just interested in that question because I'm like, I wonder how he's going to pull this off. And I'm also wondering, will we see, like, let's say younger versions of like Mr. Brown? I don't know exactly, quote unquote, in the timeline when Tyler or Madea came across, like Bam and Hattie and whatnot. Here's the thing. I'm not the biggest Madea scholar because of the fact that most of the big Madea projects came out when I was just, I was young. I was just a fan of the stuff. I mean, obviously the Madea plays and movies are what introduced me to Tyler Perry. And I don't know. I know there are a number of you all who can recite Madea's dialogue like scripture, meaning that every scrap of Madea info. Basically, like you can say, hey, in this movie, Madea said back in like 1975 she was doing this, or in this play she said back in the 80s she was doing that. So I can't do that. I'm more of the from the haves and the have-nots onward. That's my expertise. So I would say this much. I would say that there's a lot that can be pulled from for this series. But you got to remember, I Can Do Bad All By Myself. This is, good Lord, what year did that come out? Hang on, let me look it up. I Can Do Bad All By Myself play. Oh, good Lord. Okay, that play is from 1999. We're talking Prince. 1999. I mean, what's that? 2009, 2019. That's about what? Over 20 years, right? Like 21, 22. Yeah, right around 22 years. So there's a lot. There are over 2 decades of Madea projects that Tyler Perry can pull from. What I mean by that is in terms of like storylines, characters, and whatnot. So I know for me, watching Mabel will probably be like almost watching, like WandaVision, for example, or Falcon and Winter Soldier. You watch for Easter eggs. Like, oh, I wonder if any of these characters from Madea's life mentioned in the plays and movies will be in the show. Not to mention, after speaking with just so many people, like, I know like Melrose, Chandler, just to name a couple people, there have been people over the years who have asked me various things. And I just say, here's a better example. When the Madea farewell play came out, when it was available on like BET Plus last August when it came out. And, some people were asking me various questions about like, wait, didn't she say she had this many grandchildren or this? I'm like, I don't follow. Like, to me, believe it or not, when I watch the Madea movies and whatnot, I don't watch for continuity. I watch it just out of quote unquote pure enjoyment. So there are a lot of inconsistencies because, mind you, there are a lot of debates as to whether or not the plays are canon to the movies. More often than not, that's a no. Not to mention some of the movies bleed into the series. Like, I would assume that Madea family reunion goes into House of Pain, considering Keke Palmer's character and Madea both were in like was it the first episode of House of Pain? I'm referring to the TBS era, not when it first came out on the WB. But let me just say this much. This is interesting. I mean, I feel like this is a great way to add more to the Madea character. I don't think that it's impossible for Tyler Perry to actually appear as Madea in the series, because I wonder what kind of approach they're going to take with this. Is this going to be kind of like Everybody Hates Chris, where we have a young actor portraying young Chris Rock while Chris Rock narrates? That would be amazing if, let's say, Madea does like a voiceover, kind of like on the Wonder. Yeah, because Everybody Hates Chris was more or less like the Black Wonder Years. So in that show, there was also older Kevin doing the narration of his life as young Kevin. So I think that would be pretty funny if, again, Tyler doesn't even have to dress up for that. He can like just voice record himself doing Medea's voice, reacting to certain things that her younger self is doing. Not to mention, will we eventually, it depends on how long the show runs, of course, like will we see a baby Cora? Will like some of the seemingly over exaggerated stories of Madea be found to be true? I mean, if you watch I watched I think the first 2 seasons were really the only good seasons. Season 3 was and then after that, I didn't even know there was a season 4. I feel like, Granddad would always tell these ridiculous stories, kind of like, what's his name? Grandpa Phil from Hey Arnold. It's like, he has all these elaborate stories, but then you ask, like, how old are you? Well, I mean, there was that one episode where he did learn how old he was, but it's like, you tell all these stories from different decades. Like, did you really live through that, or were you exaggerating? Same thing with Stu Pickles from the Rugrats. This will be amazing. I really am interested to see what they're going to do with this. Not to mention, similar to All the Queen's Men, it isn't Tyler Perry doing every flipping thing. So I feel like this is really the time for new talent. And trust and believe, considering he's not writing it, it's like the character he created from various people in his life. I believe he said, what he said, like his aunt or grandmother, or was like the inspiration for Madea. So I just want to applaud Tyler Perry, because I didn't think that, he would give, his real baby Madea, he would give that baby to other caretakers to write for. Again, he's executive producer, but at the same time, I'm literally shocked. I really am shocked. So I'm very excited to see what kind of direction we're going to take with this Madea. There's some big shoes to fill for whatever actor portrays young Madea. Big shoes to fill. I don't know Tyler Perry's shoe size, so I would just assume they're big, because Medea's big all over. So I'm intrigued. I'm just trying to think what else to say, because I remember I talked about this on a couple of live streams yesterday. But yeah, Showtime. I got to check my cable package with Xfinity to see if I even have Showtime. And just seeing Tyler Perry branching out, like he has a part, not an acting part, but I think a behind the scenes thing, like a producer, director, or whatever. Sister Act 3 on Disney Plus. I believe he has a, what is it, The Jazzman's Blues? That's another Netflix movie he has coming out. So I'm just, just applause to Tyler Perry, because I love the fact that his work is being spread out into other venues aside from simply, just BET. And yeah, that's really all I got to say on this particular video. I just want to see what that twist is going to be in terms of, what the story is going to be. Like I said, there are so many family members that, Madea has been mentioned to have, not to mention husbands. Like a lot of the running gag and a lot of the early Madea projects was the fact that she always, fed, she knew how to fix a certain pie or whatever to make him die, and then take the, beneficiary money and whatnot as the widow. But yeah, I really want to see a young Mr. Brown. That's what I want to see. I feel like that's something I really want to see more than anything else. But yeah, sorry to just blather on, but this is the only video I'm doing today. Yeah, I'm well aware the Oval trailer dropped and it looked hella good compared to the episode this week. I still haven't watched Ruthless and Delilah. And it's not just because of eBay. Well, number one, yesterday I took over 1,000 photos of Pokemon cards. So as you can imagine, my brain is kind of fried at the moment. Also, Beacon, one of the mortgage lenders, contacted me back. And I'm just kind of pissed about that, because I spent almost a week waiting for a response, because this seemed very promising, because, they had the full-on application process over the phone and on their website. I uploaded all the documentations, and it had like notifications, like, okay, all documents are received. We've called you to let you know documents are received. We reviewed your stuff. Well, we went over things on the phone. Please allow us X amount of business days to review it. You'll be updated. But something just told me, okay, well, I'm working my butt off trying to save up, $10,000 by the end of the month. Hence why I'm selling so many things on eBay at one time. And I emailed my contact for Beacon, like, okay, hey, just wanted to touch base to let you know, like, theoretically speaking, if I can pay like 5 figures as a down payment, how is there a way to kind of factor what my monthly mortgage payments would be? And instead of getting like, a positive response, you would think it's like, okay, wow, this dude is serious. He's going to work hard to try to make 10,000 by the end of this month. No, I got hit with like bullet points as to why everything I submitted, which was over 15 different items of like pay stubs and, driver's license, basically the works, just to let people know what I do and everything. I got hit with, the mortgage lenders wouldn't accept this. Like, we'll have to get somebody on the phone so you can explain because you're an unusual case. And it's like, yes, I'm self-employed, but I'm making more money now than I did when I worked at a call center. I'm not on food stamps. I'm not on welfare. I'm not looking for a handout. I don't know what else. I feel like Tyrese. What more do you want from me? Like, I've shown you all the figures, how my plan is worked out to pay for this house, but yet apparently it's not good enough. So that got me in the damn funk. Like, I literally just stopped working for the past 2 hours because I was supposed to finish cleaning the bathroom, after cutting my hair and showering last night. And I was going to record about 8 videos today just to knock everything out. That way, maybe tonight and then all tomorrow be just eBay stuff. But I've just been in a funk. But I figured I need to get at least one video out today. And that's why I just felt like to talk about the Madea thing first to get that out of the way. And, I'll do the Ruthless and Delilah stuff later this week, hopefully by Saturday. It's just like when you work so hard and then you still get rejected. Like, literally, this is why I opted for self-employment. The fact that I kept applying for jobs to leave the call center, but I kept getting no's. And, same thing with relationships. Girls just say no, and it's like you show them what you can offer, but it's not enough. So I guess for the past 3 years, working by myself and whatnot and not really looking for houses. So to kind of put myself back out there, I'm in that vulnerable position where I'm getting hit with no's left and right. So it hurts more than it should because, again, I've just been in this bubble of success. So to step out of that and be hit with rejection left and right is like, well, fuck. So I don't know what I'm going to do now. I will just have to wait to see. Apparently, one of the Beacon reps is supposed to call me today because I honestly don't know what the hell they want from me because I told them and I showed them all the proof that I'm not just some dude making like $50 a month, but I don't know what the hell is going on. So sorry for that rant, but I just wanted to let you know because I'm getting messages a lot about where's your reviews? Like, life is a bitch right now. So I will get those videos out by the end of the week, I promise, but just giving you a heads up. But aside from that, yeah, I will keep you all posted and keep me in the loop. If there are any new updates on Mabel between now and whenever, let me know. And remember, it's still in development, and I'm guessing with Tyler Perry being Tyler Perry, we'll probably have this show out by maybe late summer or maybe fall. I'm looking forward to it. So I don't really know how rare Showtime is. What I mean by rare is I don't know if it's like an extra channel you need to purchase or if it's something that only special packages have. Honestly, if you could just bear with me, let me pull up my Xfinity account right now and I can see if it's included in my cable. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And while I'm waiting for this page to load, feel free to donate to the channel if you would like to. Via PayPal or Cash App. Of course, as always, it is not mandatory. It is very much appreciated. And yeah, we can go from there. Okay, Xfinity just pulled up. I'm going to see if I can see if I got Showtime. And I'm not talking about at the Apollo tonight. Do I have it? Hold up. Damn. I ain't got it. Nah. I gotta pay extra for Showtime. Shit. I'll find a way. Don't worry. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to my, Madea reaction, my ranting about real life finances, which sucks. I ain't asking for no handout, but now it'll be as good a time as any for like one of those miraculous Tyler Perry miracles. It doesn't even have to be a Tyler Perry. Somebody's like, hey, let's get you a house. But it's not like I want a mansion. It's just a house so I can have more space to work. Really looking forward to a room, to dedicate to YouTube. I'll do more live and whatnot. Because June 30th is creeping up. I know I still got like a good 3 months, but I don't want to move back home. As in move back into that house. So I don't know. Either, whatever. Okay, I'm done. Y'all don't want to hear that.